KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Okay, trending now on KSAT.com. We've been talking about it all morning. Patty, yesterday's shark attack at South Padre Island, and it caused a lot of conversation on social media.
Yeah, so let's take a look at your screen right now. We want to hear from you on this recent poll that we have going on. Here's a question. If you had plans to go to Texas Coast Bend this weekend, does this make you think twice about that beach trip? 60% so far saying yes, they are rethinking it.
So you can vote now by going to KSAT.com/poll. And here are the latest numbers. 60% say yes, they would change their mind or their plans, and 40% say no. I mean, this is terrifying. We have to remember that we are visiting where sharks live.
Yeah, sharks are sharking, as one of our editors said.
We're going to their home, their hometown turf. So just keep that in mind and be careful out there.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is July 5th. It is Friday. We made it.
We made it to Friday. And Justin, if people are thinking about changing their plans this weekend because of the shark attacks, really what they should be really thinking about is Beryl.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's another connection there. A lot of people are asking, are the sharks coming closer to the shore because of Beryl? And me personally, I don't think so. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's probably the warmer waters may play a role there. Someone mentioned maybe just the change in winds, perhaps. But that is an interesting scenario to look at. Plus, yes, if you were headed to the coast this weekend, it may not be a good weekend for that, obviously, with Beryl headed our way. We're going to talk much more about the path, which has shifted a little bit. That's coming up here in just a few minutes. First, let's go outside, take a look at the temperatures. 80 here in San Antonio right now, 82 in New Braunfels, 81 Converse, 75 Bernie, 76 in Kerrville. And we've still got some morning clouds out there, which always help. Those will really start to dissipate by 11 a.m. 90 noontime. We're up to 99 for a high today. The feels like number is going to be close to 103. So it's pretty similar to what we've seen in the last couple of days. We finally get some changes, though, tomorrow with some rain chances coming back into the picture. And let's take a look at where Beryl is right now. Still, as of 7 a.m., a Category 2 hurricane, but this is rapidly weakening because, as you'll see there, it is over the Yucatan Peninsula and it's interacting with land. This should cause it to weaken all the way down to a tropical storm, we think, before it reemerges into the Gulf of Mexico tonight. Then there are big questions as to where it moves next. We've talked about the fact that this path can and will change, and it has a little bit. We'll discuss what that means for our rain chances here in San Antonio coming up. Let's get over to RJ now and check in on the morning commute or lack thereof.
Yeah, so a couple different things popping up in and around the San Antonio area. And I mean, literally within the past minute or so, there was an 18-wheeler that was off to the side of the road right here at 35 and 37. But that has actually been cleared out. And I was trying to look at the TxDOT website, and they had the incident being reported at 35 and 281. Of course, 37 turns into 281. That's a little bit of the kind of back and forth on my end here. But either way, we are smooth sailing in this area. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other TransGuide cameras here. 410 Babcock Road, traffic moving pretty well both directions there. 410 at West Military, same situation there as well. We're going to take a look at our citywide map right now and show you about a couple of different things that we're following, including on the south side of town. That's going to be 410 westbound at Roosevelt Avenue. Still have a stalled vehicle in that area. And then south of downtown right there where 35, 10, and 90 kind of all merge into one main highway there, especially if you're headed up to the downtown area from the King William area. There we do still have a stalled vehicle being reported in the downtown area. So one thing that I do want to let folks know about, and Justin, no beams, bro. We got no beams going up today. Or this weekend on the far northwest side. Yes, there will be no construction 4th of July holiday weekend, so we will be clear if you are headed out to the La Cantera area, the Rim area for any plans, maybe doing some shopping this weekend or just want to hang out there and just, show some love to those businesses that are being affected by those closures there pretty much every weekend. So we're good to go out there on that side of town. Patty and Sarah, back to you guys.
Thanks, RJ. That's a good reminder to support those local businesses.
No beams here for that. All right, here's today's 9 at 9. 4 people were attacked by a shark on South Padre Island yesterday. The Texas game warden captain believes all 4 attacks were by the same shark. One man had a severe bite to the leg, and at least one other person was bitten, one was grazed, and another was injured while trying to fend off the shark. As for the shark, the game warden captain says it went back into open water. Right now, there are no plans to try and catch it. On top
top of dealing with sharks, hurricanes have a mind of their own, and the South Texas coast is still in the path of Beryl. South Padre Island is preparing for the storm, starting with moving their alligator sanctuary to Beaumont. It will return once the storm clears, and the Salvation Army is already preparing for any situation. We will continue to track Beryl today and all weekend on GMSA.
President Joe Biden faces more headwinds on the campaign trail with persisting questions about his ability to serve as commander-in-chief over the next 4 years. So far, 3 Democratic members of Congress and some donors have called on the president to back out of the race following his performance in last week's debate. The White House has dismissed last week's debate as a bad night. During a meeting with Democratic governors, officials say Biden said he needs to get more sleep and work fewer hours, suggesting he shouldn't schedule anything after 8 p.m.
Meanwhile, all eyes on President Biden tonight in his first sit-down interview since the presidential debate. Some watching closely to see if he's recovered. Biden will sit down with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos during a primetime special. You can watch the ABC News exclusive interview at 7 p.m. right here on KSAT 12.
Dania Furniture is recalling all of its bookcases after one tipped over and killed a 4-year-old. Over 900 of these Hayden bookcases were sold at Dania Furniture stores across the country. They were also sold on the company's website from November 2017 through February of this year. If you have the bookcase and it is not mounted to the wall, you should stop using it. The company says you can contact them for a free restraint kit and for a full refund.
The power adapters for nearly 1 million Hatch baby sound machines have been recalled due to a shock hazard. The adapters were sold with some units of the Rest first generation sound machine. They were sold online in the U.S. and Canada between January 2019 and September 2022 on Hatch's website and at multiple retailers, including Amazon and Target. Hatch said all registered owners will be contacted directly.
Jeff Bezos is planning on selling $5 billion worth of Amazon shares, and it comes after the stock hit a record high. Following the sale, Amazon founder would still own 912 million shares, which is nearly 9% of the company. Bezos unloaded over $8 billion worth of shares earlier this year.
Oil prices are on track for a 4th straight week of gains and holding nearly their highest levels since late April. Officials say the surge is due to hopes of a strong summer fuel demand and some supply concerns.
For those looking to buy a house, the housing market experts say buyers can get rates as low as 3% from a seller with an assumable mortgage. Assumable mortgages are generally those insured by the Federal Housing Administration or backed by the Department of Veterans Affairs or United States Department of Agriculture. And that's today's 9 at 9. In the first week of July, 2 City of Marean officials have resigned, one being the city's secretary and the other the mayor.
Our Zaria Oates spoke with the former mayor and the next person in line for the job to see what comes next.
These letters outline 2 very significant resignations in the city of Marean. One is from the city's now former mayor, Daniel H. Loyola. It begins with, quote, sitting here with a beer in hand, end quote, and ends with his resignation effective July 1, 2024. The other is from the city's former secretary, Suzanne Gonzalez. She says her resignation stems from Mayor Pro Tem Abigail Mayberry's, quote, intimidation by emails, bullying in emails, unsubstantiated accusations, and unethical behavior. But she only refers to her by title rather than by name. Gonzalez resigned July 2nd, but I spoke to her on the phone, and she said she wasn't available to speak with KSAT prior to this story airing. However, over the phone, former Mayor Loyola had this to say.
A lot of undermining by a city council member. For the better of the citizens, is probably his best because obviously she thinks she could do better, so I'm out.
And who is it that thinks they can do better?
That's Abigail Mayberry.
It's a pretty big cycle of he said, she said.
Our records in Marean are not, they're lacking, tremendously lacking. We are way far behind on minutes being posted. We are lacking at least 2 years, if not more, of videos being uploaded.
And according to the state statute, the mayor pro tem should perform the mayor's duties if the mayor is unwilling. But Mayberry says she won't refer to herself as the mayor until issues in the city are addressed.
Yesterday, when we called the bank with city staff in order to remove Mr. Loyola and Mrs. Gonzalez from the bank accounts and to change all of the online access because they're no longer with the city, we were told by the bank that in December, on December 27th of 2023, the city secretary and the mayor came in together and removed me from the bank account.
According to emails KSAT obtained through Mayberry from Marean State Bank, Loyola and Gonzalez are the only two people listed on the city accounts.
I don't know who was on the account before. So anything before November 20th, I don't know.
Meaning the only two people with access to city funds are two people who no longer work for the city of Marean.
There's nobody in the town to sign a check.
And as of right now, Mayor Pro Tem Abigail Mayberry says she's working with the city attorney to add her name to the bank account so bills can be paid and city issues can be handled. However, she says there is a laundry list of issues that haven't been addressed in years and that she's reached out to multiple state officials for assistance. Details of the situation in Marean, just head to our website, ksat.com.
All right, time right now, 9:09, 81 degrees out there already. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
San Antonio in the middle of a foster care crisis, and this morning we're breaking down the numbers, what you can do to help. That's still ahead.
All right, welcome back. It is Friday. A lot of people heading out to enjoy the pool, maybe even the beach.
But maybe the beach isn't a good idea.
I don't think so this weekend.
No.
And there are some changes that would give us some real concern, even for places like Port A and Rockport and Corpus Christi. More so in early next week, but even this weekend because the surf's really going to start to kick up. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. I'm not telling you what to do, but there are some concerns here. Let's first start with where Beryl is right now. This is a 7 a.m. update. We're going to get an update here at the bottom of the hour. So we'll continually update this throughout the day. Winds are at 100 miles per hour, but you'll notice this is smack over top of the Yucatan Peninsula. So it made landfall a couple hours ago near Tulum, and now it's working its way across the landmass, which is weakening this. And I think once we get this next update, you're going to find that it's a much weaker storm. It will reemerge, though, out into the Gulf of Mexico. And from there, this is where things have changed just a little bit. The pattern, the path here, and the trends with the computer models show that it has it making more of a northerly turn a little quicker, picking up speed some. This does a couple of things. This keeps it out over water a little bit longer, and that would allow potentially for this to intensify some more. So that's concern number one. And so I would say folks, even up around Corpus Christi, need to watch this very, very closely. This also would make the rainfall gradient very significant, meaning if you're on one side of the storm, you could get quite a bit of rain. If you're on the other side, you may not get much at all. And San Antonio could be on that dividing line. So this is also another thing that we are watching very closely. And once this thing gets back out in the Gulf, I think we'll have a better idea, but the Hurricane Center has adjusted their track a little bit too to account for this. So reducing down to a tropical storm over the weekend, and then by the time we get into Monday, this is when it re-strengthens. And this is late Sunday night, very early Monday morning, that we're seeing this come back together as a Category 1 hurricane. And then, of course, it will all depend on how long this is out over water as to how strong this gets. I think it could even be stronger than a Category 1. Just my opinion, but that's, I think, still a possibility. And then as it moves up into Texas, it would be dropping some pretty heavy rain, at least in spots. And where this tracks is going to have a huge, huge impact on how much rain we get here in San Antonio. And it's one of those situations. If you remember where in Harvey, where it was a matter of 50 miles, whether you got half an inch of rain versus like 5 to 6 inches of rain, this could be one of those situations. So I think the highest totals are going to be east of I-35, lowest west of I-35, with the idea in mind that these models still could change a little bit, so this could fluctuate some. But that's just a general thinking when it comes to the rainfall and how much we could see. I'm not going to talk about specific totals yet, just because I don't think we're there yet. But rain chances do increase Monday into Tuesday. And so we'll put it at a 50% chance. If it does speed up a little bit, it may be more centered around Monday with the better rain chances. And oh, by the way, as we get into tomorrow, we've got a weak frontal boundary coming in. We don't want to forget about this because it kicks up some showers and storms as well. This is Saturday, 7 o'clock. We're seeing some isolated activity. I think we have a shot to see a little bit of rain even here in San Antonio. That front washes out, though, and then we turn our focus to what's going on with Beryl. This would be late Sunday. Again, Sunday into early Monday is when this thing may try to make landfall. And then it would take some of that rain north with it as it weakened, perhaps up towards the San Antonio area and up towards Austin, with the heavier rain out towards the Houston area. And then the drier side of the storm being out near Del Rio and Uvalde. And I know for folks out there, that's not what you want to hear. It's a drought-stricken area. That's just sometimes the way it goes with these storms. It's not ideal, I know. We'd love to get a lot of rain out of this. And again, it may change a little bit, but that's the thinking as of now. 80 in San Antonio, 82 New Braunfels, 81 Converse, 77 Bernie, 77 in Kerrville right now. We've got a good cloud deck out there. You look at the visible satellite, and we've got some good low clouds that have taken shape over San Antonio and the hill country. The longer these hang around, the better off it is for us. That'll keep temperatures from getting too out of control this afternoon. We're still going to shoot for 99, but if these clouds hang around a little bit longer, we may be able to drop that number some, and the heat index is still very much going to be there, anywhere from 100 to 105. Extended forecast. We'll go 96 Saturday, 30% chance of rain, slightly lower chance on Sunday as we await Beryl, and then we'll bring the rain chances back up as we said. And depending on the track too, we could see some windy conditions Monday and Tuesday. We could also see some brief spin-ups with some of these storms or bands that develop, especially east of I-35, all things we need to watch.
Okay, so I know you're saying right now it's difficult to really tell exactly where it's going to make landfall, of course.
Right.
What days, Friday, Saturday, will you know, okay, it's most likely going to do this?
I think by later today,
okay.
Once it gets back out into the Gulf, we'll have a good idea. But I just the way the models are trending, I feel pretty comfortable in saying that we've got to shift everything kind of east just a hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you and Mia are doing a live stream at 1 o'clock today.
Correct. And we'll have another update by then, so we'll be able to give you more information as we're getting it in real time.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Thanks, Justin.
All right, it's 9:18 and 81 degrees. Before we head to break, let's take another look at our poll about if you had plans to go to the Texas coastal bend this weekend, do the recent shark attacks make you think twice about your beach trip?
And let's take a look. Let's see how we're doing. 60% of you, it's like, most people are saying, yes, we're going to change our plans. Mm-hmm. We asked to hear from you and your answer, the answers from the start of the show. As you saw the latest numbers, you can vote now by going to ksat.com/poll, or you can scan the QR code on your screen now. Time right now, 9:19, 81 degrees out there.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Switching gears to the fostering crisis in San Antonio, as thousands of kids are in need of a temporary home and fosters are in need of support. KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers breaks down the numbers and what aging out of the system means for teens.
Foster care can be a scary and confusing time for many children. They are taken away from their families and placed in homes with random people. This has become a reality for many children in Bexar County and the surrounding counties.
In San Antonio and the counties that touch it, there's over 3,000 kids in foster care every year.
Jennifer Smith, the founder and executive director of South Texas Alliance for Orphans, breaks down that number. She says 3,318 children are in foster care right now. About 1,100 are with other family members. Another 1,100 are waiting for adoption. Over 600 are in other placements, and 200 are in residential treatment. And just a little over 100 are in emergency shelters.
When you look at the stats, you're like, this is our city. These are our kids. How can we be letting this happen? How can we be okay with this?
The solution is getting these kids into a home as soon as possible, but that isn't a simple task. Smith says the state has regulation requirements for people wanting to become foster parents. Those include 40 hours of classes, FBI fingerprinting, CPR and first aid training, home studies, and fire and health inspections. Smith says it's important for people to realize going through this process is rigorous, but vital to saving a child from a rough situation.
When you're going into this, you're going into this to give your family to a child. This is not a space where you're getting a kid for your family.
Giving your family to a child isn't always an option for some people, but there are other ways you can help. You can become a verified babysitter or child advocate who follows the child's case through the courts. You can also become a tutor, and you can look into donating money or needed goods to churches.
Not everyone needs to take a kid into their home, but we need everybody doing something. And that's really the heart of the Alliance is know what's going on, be upset about it enough to get out of your comfort zone and go do something.
Smith says if you decide to foster, don't give up on that kid. Nationally, about 50% of families quit in the first year. Just remember there are support groups like South Texas Alliance for Orphans, and you could be changing a kid's life. Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
And right now on KSAT.com, you can learn more about the statistics involving children in foster care and what it means for kids and teens to age out of foster care. Some of those include when a child turns 11 years old, they have under 20% chance to find a home before aging out at 18. Just head to KSAT.com for more information.
Well, approximately every 3 minutes, someone in the U.S. is diagnosed with blood cancer, according to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
ABC's Lionel Moisey takes a look at the nonprofits that's connecting patients with blood cancer to their community.
No one wants to hear those words, that you're out of options.
When wife and mom of 6, Jennifer Ahlstrom was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 2010, it wasn't her family's first run-in with blood cancer.
It started with my brother-in-law, who was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia about 6 years prior to my diagnosis. And that was a very traumatic and horrible situation.
She says an off-label drug may have helped him live for another 6 months alongside other therapies.
And we realized that drug did not get approved for another 14 years for that specific indication.
With her own diagnosis, Ahlstrom felt the clock was ticking.
In multiple myeloma, the blood cancer that I don't have the luxury of waiting another 30 years, 50 years. I don't have that luxury.
In 2012, Ahlstrom founded nonprofit organization the Health Tree Foundation, a one-stop shop for patients with blood cancers, to learn more about their diseases, better navigate their care, and contribute to scientific research, funded by sponsors and donors. Personal trainer Tony Newbern was shocked to be diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 2013.
I felt so alone.
He says the Health Tree community provides a camaraderie for patients.
Your family and your support system, they're there for you, but you can talk about your diagnosis all day long. They listen, but they don't fully get it.
Newbern is now a coach with Health Tree, a resource he wishes he had through his own diagnosis and treatment.
They'll open up and share about their doctor's visits, their treatment options.
Newbern calls Health Tree's research component a game changer. Instead of listing all ongoing blood cancer clinical trials, Health Tree shows only trials a patient is eligible to join. And since trials can require a lot of money and time, Health Tree gathers data from patients to be anonymously shared with researchers.
It's not just about my data, it's about contributing to the cures.
I asked a doctor at Huntsman Cancer Institute that we did a survey for, how much would this have cost you and how long would this have taken? And he said, well, for this 10-question survey that we did, it would have taken a year and a half and $150,000. We did it in 4 weeks for free.
Ahlstrom says Health Tree's technology can be scaled to any cancer or disease.
I think going after the top killers in the nation would be the best. And the only limiting factor is really the interest, support, and resources to be able to enable that.
Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Time right now, 9:28, 81 degrees on this Friday. There is more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including what's being described as one of the most dangerous roads in San Antonio. It is now prompting help from the city and the U.S. government. What plans are next to improve Calabria Road? That's still ahead.
Welcome back. It's been described as one of the most dangerous roads in San Antonio. Now the city is getting some help from the U.S. government to improve Calabria Road.
Okay, so the $8 million grant will be used for the stretch between General McMullen and Loop 410. John Paul Barajas looked into how the city plans to spend that money.
There's between an estimated 50,000 drivers and 20,000 non-motorists who use Calabria Road every day. City traffic studies prove it's a busy thoroughfare, but some worry that's a dangerous combination.
Seeing sirens and ambulances, you know that somebody's been injured on this street, you know, constantly hearing, I live 2 blocks away and you can just constantly hear the fire trucks.
District 6 Councilwoman Melissa Cabello Haverda agrees.
Culebra Road is a large artery in San Antonio, and it's terribly unsafe. 16 fatalities in the last several years and 600 very serious injuries. So that's a lot of San Antonians, and we're trying to protect all our city.
But she hopes an $8 million federal grant will help with that. The money from the Rebuilding American Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity, or RAISE grant program, will be used to make improvements along Culebra Road from Loop 410 to General McMullen.
We have an opportunity here to be bold and creative and not just repair a road, but reimagine it.
Now the city wants to know what stakeholders, those who use Culebra, want to see. Veronica Salas lives nearby and already has some ideas.
Flashing lights, just like school zones, utilize these things to make us safe, People are getting hit literally every day.
Cabello Havardad mentioned adding dedicated bike lanes and improving sidewalks as possibilities in future plans. Something Salas says would change her daily life.
You had to cross this street.
Yes.
I was worried for you.
Yes.
Is that something you do on a regular basis?
I do, yes, and I do use the protected light and the signal. Unfortunately, the time on this light right here, you have about 10 seconds to make it from one spot to another.
So what's next? The councilwoman says community input meetings will be held before a construction timeline is set, but adds she's excited for the future.
It's a big investment into Culebra, and so I think other organizations and their funding organizations, or even the state, might say, okay, well, if we have this $8 million in federal funding, maybe we can offer some funds to leverage that to make it more impactful.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, taking a look outside with live cam. Cloudy right now. Justin says we have a chance for rain over the weekend through Monday and Tuesday. But Justin, the big story is Beryl this morning.
Yes.
When it's going to impact the Texas coast.
And there still are some questions there. I know by this point we were hoping to have more clarity, and I think we have some, but a little bit of a shift in the path has changed things just a bit. We're going to talk much more about Beryl coming up here in just a couple of minutes. First, we got to get to some of the local stuff. Pollen count. Moles are low, 210, not bad. They've been coming down steadily, but with some rain in the forecast, we may see those go back up. We hit 100 yesterday, so we are now officially 11 days of 100 degrees or more this year. For some comparison here from some perspective, last year at this time we had 13 100-degree days, so we're not far off that mark. And if you remember, last year we had 75 100-degree days. The good news is in the forecast ahead, I do not have any triple digits, and in fact, we have some days in which we'll spend in the 80s. Today will be close to that triple-digit mark once we lose some of these clouds, which they'll stick around a little while longer. 99 is our official high. Feels like 103 during the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. And then we'll see temperatures cool down to about 95 at 8 o'clock, 92, 9 p.m. We get to add back in some rain chances tomorrow. We'll talk about when and where. And yes, we'll get you an update on Beryl here in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Justin, thank you. Now to some sports this morning. Wemby back on the court, but not wearing silver and black.
What? And the Spurs Summer League team starts playing this weekend. RJ is back with a look ahead. Hey, RJ.
Yeah, guys, have no fear. Wemby is very much a San Antonio Spur, but
we're not losing him, right?
No, we're not. It was a little tease, kind of get maybe people's ears pointed a little bit, but no, we're talking about the Paris Olympics, and we are now getting our first look at Victor Wembanyama on the court this summer as the Spurs big man suits up for Les Bleus. Yes, that would be the French national team ahead of the Summer Olympics. Wemby putting on a show the other day as the French team took on Turkey in an exhibition game. We saw Wemby there with the big time block, also blocking 3-point shots all over the place there in the fourth quarter. Later in the game, the alley-oop to Victor Wembanyama as he slams it down. He ended up with 24 points and had 3 blocks. All right, how about this video here? This is Spurs teammate Jeremy Sohan. If y'all didn't know, he has dual citizenship in Poland, so he's been playing for the Polish national team, and he had himself a nice defensive performance the other day. Unfortunately, Poland, they were in the Olympic qualifiers. They did not make it. They lost, and Poland is now eliminated, so Jeremy will get some much-needed rest as the Olympics begin later on this month. So going back to France, we're seeing some stuff here. This was the first of 6 warm-up matchups for the team France. Heading into the game, they're one of the favorites. Interesting question, and if we get here, y'all, I want to know what Spurs fans thinking. If France were to play Team USA in the finals, who would you go for? Would it be Wemby or Team USA? We'll see. That might be a poll to use later on.
He's playing for France?
Well, Wemby is playing for France.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why. The whole time.
Yes, he's French.
Duh. Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb.
Welcome. How have you been?
Okay, yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Wimby. I have to go for a.
Sarah's still in the
I just put my glasses on. I was like, why is he wearing blue? I don't
Sarah's in
understand.
full-on vacation mode still.
Wow, I had a moment there.
Yeah, Wemby did say that if he were to play against Team USA, it would be a very interesting matchup. Said this the other day as a basketball player. It's also a dream to play against Team USA and even against all those players, all those legends. That will be pretty fun.
Who is coaching? Is it Pop? No, he's done.
Pop is no longer coaching. It is actually Steve Kerr.
Okay.
Former Spur Golden
Yes.
State head coach Steve Kerr is now the coach of Team USA. They got Kawhi Leonard on that team. I don't know how Spurs fans feel about that. Yeah. All right. How about these summer Spurs? Well, they released their roster earlier this week, and it, of course, included rookies Stephon Castle and Harrison Ingram. We're getting our first look at these guys here. So all eyes on Stephon Castle. 6'6" rookie point guard out of UConn, selected 4th overall. The one big thing, guys, I would say don't overreact to summer league play. Remember, last year when Wemby debuted, everyone was like, this guy's a bust. This guy's not going to be any good. Well, we saw what happened. The Spurs will play 3 games in the Sacramento, California Classic. That's Summer League from July 6th. That's going to be at the Golden One Center. And this actually starts tomorrow against Charlotte, 7:30 p.m. And they're also playing China as their last game. That's going to be on Tuesday. Interesting matchup there. So another cool side story to this, the Summer League team head coach is Kenny Trevino. He's 31 years old. He's a video coordinator who actually got his start with the organization as a ball boy 11 years ago. So he's from Laredo. He's a native of South Texas. He moved to San Antonio and went to UTSA and has worked his way up into the organization. So shout out Coach Trevino and shout out the Summer Spurs. All right, lastly, y'all, it's not 4th of July weekend unless the one and only Joey Jaws Chestnut eats an insane amount of hot dogs. But this year, it wasn't at Coney Island. I know, hopefully you guys are not eating breakfast right now. Chestnut took on 4 soldiers at Fort Bliss in El Paso for a hot dog eating contest. So Chestnut devoured 57 hot dogs in just 5 minutes. Incredible. The soldiers ate a combined 49 hot dogs total. So Thursday's contest wasn't just for bragging rights. It was also for a good cause. So they ate 106 hot dogs. That means $106,000 were donated to military families. So here's the question. Why was Joey Chestnut in my hometown of El Paso? Shout out the 915. Well, last month, Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest announced that Chestnut was barred from competing in that competition this year because he struck a deal with a rival food company. So some guy not named Joey Chestnut, Patrick Bertoletti, some guy that we'll end up forgetting here. He ended up winning Thursday's contest. He ate 58 hot dogs, 10 minutes. Remember, Joey Chestnut did that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, and also Joey
he's like
will take
child's play.
Exactly, yeah, no competition. He'll actually take on his longtime rival Kobayashi on September 2nd, Labor Day weekend, in a battle for hot dog eating supremacy. That will be live on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How many hot dogs can you all eat?
I ate one, and that was enough.
Maybe 3 if I'm really hungry.
We used to have
Without the bun.
Yeah, we used to have a hot dog, or not a food eating contest on Instant Replay that we used to do every year.
I remember that.
Yeah, shout out our producer, Daniel Villanueva. Apparently Justin took part in it when it was a wing eating contest, right, Justin?
Who would win? Justin?
No, it was
undisputed champion, Adam Higgins.
Adam Higgins.
I could see that.
He was that's why we stopped, because Adam would win it every year.
Yeah, I mean, he's like,
He
what,
should be-
6'4"?
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
All right, time right now, 9:40, 81 degrees out there.
You're watching GMSA at 9.
Are you looking for some new refreshing drinks to try this summer? I got you covered. I spoke with a Texas content creator who gave me the scoop on what the best drinks are to keep stocked in your fridge. Summer's here. That means it's a good time for a cold, refreshing drink. And I want to introduce you to Texas social media influencer Emily Hill with Texas Grocery Finds. Emily, you have a huge following on Instagram, and I know that there's a handful of people here at KSAT that also know you. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you are always on the hunt for what's new, what's hot. Tell us about the yummy drinks that you found that we need to try.
Yeah, I mean, we're all looking for something to cool down in this heat, right? I am loving H-E-B has a new mango limeade. You can find this in produce, and it's near the cranberry lemonade and the cherry limeade that you may have seen before. It's really great. Could make a good mixer as well, if that's your thing. I also really like Waterloo. They have a new, Waterloo's an Austin, Texas brand, so local, and they have a new mocktail line. They have a rosé, they have a pina colada, and a mojito. I love the rosé. It's a sparkling water. I think it actually tastes like rosé wine, which is pretty crazy.
All right, what about those folks that are looking for a little more fun, that are of age? What are the drinks that you found?
Yeah, so Central Market has something I'm really into. They have added some new cold press mixer options. There's a couple Texas brands and one called Simple Sips, and these are fresh juice. So it's a little bit of a splurge because they're a little more expensive as they're cold press. But if you're like, I want a nice cocktail and I want it to be easy and something I can make at home, I think this is the way to go. You can add your fresh juice and just you shake it up with a little alcohol, and it's beautiful. I'm loving these. So that's a cool option.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Emily, for your time and for helping us try something new. We're definitely going to have all of these options to look out for this summer.
All right, here's a question. If the Flamingos could choose their summer drink, I think they'd be martini gals. Don't you think so?
Is it because of the legs?
I think so. They just look so fancy and poised. I think martinis are like...
Okay.
What do you think? Oh, gin and tonic, yeah.
Why are you assuming they're gals?
Well, just because they're pink. I don't know. But
something definitely colorful
don't you
and
think
fruity.
Like a Cosmo or something?
Oh,
okay.
All of those sound good.
Of those. They're fancy. They're fancy.
We might be overthinking this just a hair.
I really just want to
Friday
hang at the bar with the flamingos and see what they order.
Flamingos at the bar?
Yeah, interesting.
That's a good bar name.
Yeah.
Shrimp cocktail.
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
smart because they eat a lot of shrimp. That's why they're pink, right?
Yeah, our director, Jamie, said shrimp.
She's coming in with all the good ones
cocktail.
Here.
I like that. You saw the picture there. The clouds are out, so they're enjoying some shade at the moment. We love those morning clouds, and they're a little thicker this morning than they have been the last couple of mornings, so this is going to help us with temperatures. Let's go outside. We've got 80 degrees at the airport, and this honestly is a little bit better than what we've seen the last couple of days. Still fairly overcast. 82 New Braunfels, 82 Converse, still in the 70s in Bernie and Kerrville. Let's check out that satellite picture and see where the clouds are right now. We have that thicker cloud deck right up here. Across the hill country, and it's kind of spread into San Antonio. It is starting to mix out a little bit, and we'll certainly see sun this afternoon. But the longer these hold on, the better it is. We say that every morning. We do like our morning clouds. 83 degrees by the time we get done with this show. 93 at 1 p.m., 99 at 4 o'clock. That's our high. Heat index will be up around 103 today. Let's look at the futurecast, because as we get into tomorrow, there is a risk for some showers and storms. This is around 2 o'clock. Show some activity now. I think it'll be mainly north of Highway 90 and north of Interstate 10. But if you're watching us from the hill country, your odds of seeing some rain aren't bad. This is a weak frontal boundary, an outflow boundary more or less, that comes down and kicks up these storms. This is 4 o'clock. It does show a couple trying to get closer to San Antonio. We'll see how that pans out. We've put in a 30% chance of rain for San Antonio. And then I think by the evening hours, a lot of this starts to die down and go away. But if you are going to be out and about, know that the threat is there tomorrow for a couple of downpours, and some of them could be heavy. Let's go out to the Caribbean and check out what's going on with Hurricane Beryl. We did just get the update in. That's what I like to see. So this is the latest update. It has weakened. It is now a Category 1 storm. Winds are at 85 miles per hour. It will weaken more. So we do think this becomes a tropical storm here shortly. It's interacting with land, but it's actually making pretty good time. It'll be across Yucatan, I think, a little bit later this afternoon. And once that happens, then we'll start to see this kind of regenerate a little bit. We've been showing you the spaghetti models all morning, and the reason we have is because there's been a bit of a shift. The storm itself kind of shifted north a little bit, but so have the computer models and kind of the thought as to where this may go. They are clustering between Brownsville and Corpus Christi. That's a bit of a change, right? So we have been talking about northern Mexico, perhaps the Brownsville area. Well, now it looks like because this may be turning north a little bit quicker, that places like Corpus Christi may need to watch this very, very closely. And then it would curve up towards the San Antonio area and then back off to the north and east. Now, depending on its exact track, that's going to have a huge bearing on how much rain we get here in San Antonio and across the area. Hurricane Center has released their forecast track as well, and this should be the updated one. And by the time we get into Sunday, this is a Category 1 hurricane, and this is Sunday night. That's when it will be close to making landfall. Should come on board very early Monday morning and then take that turn to the north. And there's still a large cone of uncertainty here as to where this may move. But again, everything's kind of trending a little bit more to the east. And then eventually this thing kind of falls apart, but not before bringing some heavy rain to spots, even in our area. So the rainfall forecast, we're not going to put numbers to it yet because it's still going to be hard to say. But I do think that you're going to see much lower totals out to the west, higher totals off to the east. And where we do see some of these higher totals, the numbers could be pretty good. Okay, San Antonio, I think, is going to be right on that dividing line. And so, yeah, we're again just going to have to wait and see. I think there is the potential to get some heavy rain around here. We have put in a 50% chance both Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures in the 80s because we'll get clouds and rain, but we'll still be in the 90s this weekend. Stick with us. Again, at 1 o'clock, we're going to be going live once again to talk about this. I know a lot of people have interest there along the coast, whether it's down in the valley or Corpus Christi or Port A. We want to make sure everyone's informed and knows what's going on, and people making their plans for early next week. We're going to continue to update this forecast.
It's because it's changing so much. It's changing so fast. It's important people remember that when they see the long-term forecast, it could change.
You're right, and that's the nature of these tropical systems. One little deviation in the path, and it can have a huge impact on rainfall and winds and all those sort of things.
Unfortunately, my parents live in Corpus Christi. My mom said she went to HEB at 7 this morning, and everyone's already panic buying.
Don't love to see that.
No.
And we hope that this stays a Category 1 hurricane. It doesn't, but there is a potential if it stays out over the water, it could strengthen a little bit more.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Time right now, 9:52, 82 degrees out there. We'll be right back.
Looking ahead to this weekend, 4 free river parades happening on the River Walk. The city's Salute at Sunset will celebrate the men and women in all branches of armed forces with river parades tonight. We are Military City, USA. So tonight, Saturday and Sunday, all parades start at 8 p.m. and we've got all the details posted on KSAT.com.
Also on KSAT.com, the Fredericksburg Balloon and Peach Festival kicks off tomorrow evening. The Grapetown Vineyard and Farm event will feature a peach party, polo matches, grape stomping, wine tasting, and live music, followed by hot air balloon rides. The event starts at 4 p.m. and goes until 8.
Still mostly cloudy. We're at 82. We'll make our way up to 99 today with partly cloudy skies. 30% chance of rain tomorrow. Prepare for a few downpours. Some could be heavy, mainly north of San Antonio. Small chance of rain Sunday, and then, of course, Beryl will have some impacts, at least around the area. As far as rainfall goes, we're still carrying a 50% chance of rain both days. But as we've been saying, check back with us for more updates.
Live stream at 1 p.m. with Justin and Mia. They'll probably know more about where Beryl is going to land or what it's going to do.
Where it's headed. Yep.
Stay with KSAT.